All right, guys. Hey, this is Sean coming to you live. I wanted to just, first of all, apologize to a lot of people that I might have shocked. Um, that's just part of my story. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what else to say than that. It's part of the story. I'm sticking to it. But I just wanted to let you know that we're going to start my story now. If you want to follow along, it should be interesting to say the least. I've got a lot to share. I've learned a lot of things over the last 5 years. I've been in so many journeys in the last 5 years, but literally since I started my life, I have been on one adventure after another, after another, after another. And it just seems like the most craziest things happen. I don't know if it's due to my choices. I don't know if it's due to people I've surrounded myself. I have studied so many things to try to break out of it. And I'm simply a man that loves his children beyond what you could believe and has been fighting for his children for 5 exhausting years. And I'm going to tell you something. When you lose absolutely everything you've got and you're in nothing but a bind financially, it's like I've taught people before, man. If you've thought about breathing at all since I started talking, you probably haven't, because there's plenty of oxygen. But if we boxed you in, okay, and closed you off airtight, in about a minute and a half, you're going to be thinking a lot about oxygen. And that's kind of how money is when there's a lack of it. It basically comes to your mind thousands of times a day, the lack thereof. And so, you know, I have studied like the law of attraction. I have been to seminars. I've been to unbelievable trainings over the years, and I've got this just absolutely huge compiled amount of information. But you know what? Unapplied knowledge is knowledge constipation. So guess what? I'm going to apply my knowledge, and the only way I know how to do, because of the way things have turned out in my life right now, I am not very good at Facebook, Instagram, social media, period. And so I know how to get on Facebook, and I know how to make a recording, and so I'm going to stick with what I know. Simple as that. But I want to tell you, I'm fighting for my freaking life. And when I said honey badger don't give a bleep, you guys first of all need to go YouTube the honey badger don't give a fleep and realize that I was kind of joking, but I kind of wasn't. I don't care anymore. Okay? I have cried out for help. I have asked for, mentorships. I have asked for people. But the thing is I'm in such a pickle that nobody even really knows how to give me advice. And I have felt very alone on this walk to be able to be relatable to people. But I'll bet you there are people out there that are hurting as bad or worse than I am. And I want to make sure I can reach those people if you want to ask me questions. But I'm going to tell you, 5 years ago, around March, okay, in Northwest Arkansas, that is absolutely storm season, okay? And I was walking out, I was running a storage unit, my mother and I were having a conversation. I noticed that it was kind of cloudy, okay, and the lightning was flickering a little bit, and I was like, man, I should probably not have that extension cord out there, because I had brought an extension cord out to do some weed eating there in the parking lot. Anyway, I unplugged it, okay? I unplugged it because I knew I didn't want to get shocked or anything like that. It's rubber coated, it shouldn't matter anyway. But I unplugged it to be safe, and I was out rolling up that cord, and I'm talking to my mother this whole time. And then all of a sudden, imagine just the sound of energy. Like if you're next to an electrical box, you can hear the hum of the electricity. Imagine that vibrating within your body. And you feel like a microscopic, absolute zero nothing. My mom said she saw lightning hit, bounce over me, and then it formed fire and shot to the sky. I don't know what happened. All I know is what happened to me is I was engulfed in flames. It was almost like I lit a, damn it. I lit if you're trying to light a barbecue pit or something like that and you have too much of the gas on and you light it and it goes whoosh. I felt completely inflamed, and then I saw through my peripheral looking at the sky, fire shooting straight up to the sky. And I was really, really, really scrambled. My brain absolutely scrambled completely. And not long after that, my life started to change immensely. I changed who I was. It changed my appearance. It changed this white in my beard that was not there. Now, that could be due to stress, but I know I had a ring of white around my head when it happened. My son and my daughter can verify all this. Anyway, since then, let's just talk about energy. I can feel energy like unreal. And about this time in my life, I had started a special needs program, which means the absolute world to me. And I started working with autistic children and children that just had the most immense disabilities, because I try to tackle life as a martial artist. And I learned from my coaches and my mentors, you can apply martial arts to absolutely everything. Bruce Lee talked about flowing like water. And I would always talk about, when I meet people, I want to flow. We want to flow. There's a time to flow and there's a time to crash. And, right now I'm crashing, okay? And I got a little bit manic and I freaked a lot of people out. But also, please don't judge me, because one, I have a diagnosis now. And number two, I have been fried by something. And this is not the first time, it's the second time in my life. And I was laughed at and acted like I wasn't even telling the truth when my mom sat there and was an eyewitness to it, and you can ask her. But ever since then, I've been able to sense people's energy. I can feel things. But when I would work with those special needs kids, especially Tristan, he was my first one. He was so incredibly awesome because he was very, very high on the spectrum, and he is the absolute toughest one I've ever had. But yet I formed one of the best friendships I've ever had with a child that is brilliant, but just has to execute it in a different manner. He's so intelligent, he makes me look foolish. But this special needs program changed my life. And I was able to see the eyes through a special needs child and the challenges that they go through, and just pouring my heart into this program, pouring my heart into the community, giving my all for the martial arts cause and the way of life. And I spent a decade committed, building hard business, to now everything is erupted like inferno itself, like inflamed myself. I'm going to keep my talks to 10 minutes or less if I can possibly do it, but I will get on a rant and I will get on a rave. So I talked about, I'm going to write a book, Lightning Strikes Twice. The only thing I know how to do it is I'm just going to do something cool, and I'm going to release some videos every now and again. And hey, if you like them, great. I would love to have you follow me. I would love the help. I am a man fighting for his life, and I love my children, and there are people trying to make this to where I can't be with them. So what else am I to do? I'm not going to name any names. I'm not going to do any judgments, but I'm telling you, I have never fought so hard for anything in my life to be met with such viciousness. And so I'm crying out. There's men out there I know right now that love their children, that are feeling me right now. And I got less than a minute to finish this, but that's who I'm talking to. I'm talking to you. I'm talking if you've ever been broken, busted, and disgusted, and you're just sick of it, and you're sick of the way things are, and you're ready to make a change. You know what? I am making a change in my life. I moved all the way to Las Vegas for my children, left everything I know and I love and my family and my children, and I'll bet your ass I'm going to fight for my life. And you know what? That might get crazy sometimes, but I don't know what else to do. And I know how to reach my friends all at one time on this Facebook thing. So I'm going to use that. And I believe great things are going to come, because I believe miracles are going to happen. And if you want to follow this book that I'm going to try to create I'm a brain damaged man. This is all diagnosed, struck by lightning like twice. I've almost died a gazillion times. I can't tell you how many. And it just never stops or ceases. But I got 15 seconds to let you know that I'm here to stay and I'm here to play. And I'm doing the ultimate primal experience. And I'm going to be the Frankenstein on myself. Excuse me. Anyway, it's been time, guys. It's been real. I hope we get to know each other and we become the best friends ever, because the ones of you that know me, you know that I love life. I love serving. I love teaching. I love my kids. I'm sorry, coming down with a cold. And I love martial arts. And nothing's going to keep me away from those things, those loves, because guess what? I figured out at a young age by Jack Canfield, Chicken Soup for the Soul. He said, find something you love to do, learn how to make a living doing it. I apologize, guys. And you'll never work a day in your life. You would do something for free if you did what you loved. And I would do martial arts for free. So anyway, that's it, guys. I went a little bit over, and I apologize. I want to be respectful of time, but this is my story, and I'm sticking to it. And I'm reaching out for y'all that want to hang and play. There's been a shakedown, and I know who my friends are starting to be, and I know who people that are turning their back on me. And just remember, if you point a finger at me, there's 3 more right there pointing right back at you. So until you've walked a mile in my shoes, please don't judge me. Hell, help direct me. I'll be a miracle story for you. Sorry, man. Just trying to fight that flu I've been freaking coming in contact with. But check this out. I will be back on in a couple days. If you guys want to listen, great. If you want to comment, great. If you want to come join me, great. Let's start something great. Because I'm sick of waiting. I'm ready to hit it now, and let's roll. See you guys.